Let's climb. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Pretty sure it's Wednesday, yeah? Happy Wednesday, MD. And happy Wednesday, Slavender. Hello, hello. And happy Wednesday, Jorioffs. I don't know why. I'm feeling very optimistic today. I think maybe it has to do with Slay the Spire. That would be my guess. And also partially to do with what I was doing immediately before stream started. I was blaring some Creepy Nuts and Kenshi Yonezu. Happy Wednesday, Wooly. Like, Kickback is such a hype song. Kinda got my blood pumping right before the stream. Hey, Colty, happy Wednesday. How's your climb going today? I did reach 16 Jorios. Are you crazy or is there some problem with the sound? You're not crazy. You're probably hearing a buzzing when I talk. That is my AC. Pretty bad if I haven't been on that long. Fair enough. Tossed the first jump of 7. Got to 7 though. That's the important thing. Also, Rambeck and Buell and Huzik. Happy Wednesday to you as well. Whoop. Nice. Missed so many streams. You were in the hospital with a herniated disc. I don't think there's ever going to be any reason that I want you to apologize to me. Because you happen to be unwell. That would be absolutely wild. I hope you're feeling better, though. I don't know how much goes into that. Is it one of those, like, hopefully it's something that just, like, a good rest will help with, but thank you. It feels good. It just got to summer over here. It's been getting like mid 80s, low 90s. So happy to not be like burning. I would be sweating bullets if I had my hair from before. Trying to get another 12 today. It's been a while. Me too. Been like 2 weeks now or something. No, 4 weeks. Also, I accidentally paused my music. Whoops. I just thought that it was quiet. More like, hey, I missed streams for an important reason, not because I'm boring. Yeah. I didn't assume the second part, to be fair. Though, now that you put it in my head. Oh, man. Happy Wednesday, Cthulhu. Today is the day you can feel it, Hussing. I hope you're right. I'm definitely feeling it too. You're not alone. We'll see if I come to regret not warming up at the beginning. Started a little bit earlier, but must say you missed this hospital. You must say you missed this. Hospital is so boring. Yeah, I would assume so. Hopefully you at least have like a TV in your room. Hey, buddy. Happy Wednesday. Actually, what am I saying? That is the most old thing that I've said, I think, in a while. Hopefully you had a TV in your room. Everybody has a computer in their pockets. Like, what? Oh, God. Happy Wednesday, Fruit Snoots. Oh. Oh, wait. Oh, that is weird. I looked over and it looked like my playlist had ended. Happy Wednesday, Tolly. And happy Wednesday, Slash. Question Slash. Are you early or am I late? I guess it can be both at the same time. Missed a new PB. Swear last time you were here was like 1680. Yeah? We are floor 16 gang now. It is my stream, not yours. I mean, to an extent, that's true. I feel like, also to an extent, it's everybody's stream. Because my stream wouldn't really be anything without people watching it. Like, what's the point of that? Congratulations, that's awesome. Thank you. It feels so good. It's kind of crazy thinking that we are literally one floor away now. And I've gotten to practice 16 now since that happened a couple weeks ago. Which means any run could literally be the final run. Twing. Without causing erratic falls. What are we talking about? What's my clear rate like on a single 16 on practice? Not the best. I'm still practicing at the end of every day. But I got 5 clears of 16 in one day. And that was kind of my goal. My goal was to clear it 5 times in a day. And since I did that, I figured I might as well do some real runs again. Could be a mistake, but I like playing the map. Soon that command will be updated. The PV command. Or the room command. I didn't actually see which command it was. That'll be a weird day, the moment we have to update the room command. Oh yeah, before I forget, I'm gonna thank Joel for following. Joel is the person we raided at the end of last night. Very entertaining. Seemed like he had a really good personality. First stream ever, which was kind of cool. Fun being able to raid somebody on their first ever stream. I think it's a good idea not to take too much time off from playing the actual map. Perhaps that's true. I don't know. I've never really struggled that much with it. I assume what you're saying is that I would get rusty on the rest of the map if I was only practicing 16. But I've literally taken vacations where I'm just gone for like 2 or 3 weeks. And even then, I'm not really that rusty on the parts of the map that I've played for like 2,600 hours. So I could see it being better for me to get even more consistent on 16 before coming over. But practicing 16 kind of made me come to a single, like, conclusion. 16 is really short. Happy Wednesday, Zorkel. But yeah, 16, it's like 10 jumps or something. Oh my god. Okay. Oh man. Happy Wednesday, Floral Sun. Here's a fun one. After finishing, how long do I think I'll still automatically go straight into Deep Dip 2 after booting up TM from muscle memory? A long time. Although, maybe not as long as I think, because I mistakenly boot into the wrong map fairly often. There is a good number of times where I start up Deep Dip 2 in the morning, and I accidentally start up, like, the checkpoint server. Just misclicking. But I don't think there is a server version of Deep Dip 1, which means I'm gonna have to upload Deep Dip 1 to my club, and that will be where we're playing. Actually, no. There's a group of people right now who are playing Deep Dip 1. So I'll probably just want to figure out where they're playing it. But it'll be like a completely different area. It isn't just going to the Deep Dip Club. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Well, turns out my controller was dying. Good save, though. Am I gonna go for cut on Deep Dip 1 to make it easier? God, no. Welcome in, Toaster Man. Happy Wednesday. Can't wait for Deep Dip 3. So much fun to see the TM community come together and grind or support the grind. Always a special time. I agree. Alright. Thank you so much for the raid, class pack. Happy Wednesday. Welcome in, everybody. So how was the stream? What were you guys up to today? Oh, what? You're joking. You are joking. I was paused, right? Ah. Well, like Fruit Suit said, it wasn't floor 11. Oh, my controller died again, it looks like. Shit. Playing Vertigo rounds. Okay. I don't know what that means, but surely fun. Competitive maps. Oh, okay. Cool. All right. I'm gonna do something silly. I'm gonna try playing with, I'm gonna try playing keyboard. $2K hours? Yeah. What? Oh, man. I guess we're playing on, we're playing offline for a bit. The server's not liking me right now. Well, better than 11. Yeah. Man. Oh yeah, I love my slowpoke. Have a nice stream. Good night, good night. Alright. See you later then. Have a good night, Beggy. And thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Do I also have a Psyduck? Let me check. I'm sure I do. Apparently not. I think the Psyduck might be with my girlfriend at work. But I do have a different duck Pokemon. Got this little Quaxley. It's hanging out in a little inner tube. Alright. Let's do this one while I'm waiting for my controller to charge a little bit more. God, such a dumb mistake. Okay, cool. Break is on spacebar for me. Good to know. Alright, wish me luck. I have minimal experience playing on keyboard. Genuinely curious how this goes. Me too. If I get high enough, I'm probably gonna have to switch. But I doubt I'm gonna have that much. I don't think I'll have to worry about it that much. What are the odds that we actually go decently high here? Oh, God. After I finish, I can do keyboard noob versus deep dip 2. Oh, God. That would be weird. First to finish on 2 input devices. I mean, I could learn to play on keyboard at some point. And then come back and do it. That would be a little interesting. So much for first try, deep dip 2, fin on keyboard. No, I've played on keyboard before. I did a couple, I think I did like a half an hour of keyboard runs on the subathon a while ago. Like, oh god, has it almost been 2 years now? That's kind of crazy. Learning TM at the moment on keyboard, got like 40 hours in the game and mostly do weekly campaign. Goal for now is getting 5 golds every week and as many ATs as you can. Good goal. You're way more precise with the keyboard. I am the opposite. But that's obviously because I just spend all of my time on controller. It feels weird not being able to do like analog steering. Oh god. Yeah, let me just... I'm gonna try to switch back. Let's see if I can just play with the controller plugged in. Crossing my fingers if it works. Yeah, that is just so frustrating. It's such a weird feeling not being able to beat the first floor. Here, action keys can help. Yeah, I think for like, isn't it for like speed sliding and bobsleigh or something? And I guess some maps in general. Oh god. Nope. Oh god, my controller is just dead. Wait a second. No wonder it's dead. What the fuck? My... God. That is so stupid. No wonder it was dying. That's so annoying. I don't think that was me. I think someone might have unplugged it. Action keys require pretty unique muscle memory. Yeah. Happy Wednesday, Tom. Well, might as well drive while I'm waiting for my controller to connect. Action keys help, but they're not necessary for the most part. Don't recommend messing with them if you're a beginner. Probably a good idea. Okay. That is so annoying. Oh yeah. Cameras were, I think, one of the things that took me the longest to get used to. Hey, Hugert. Happy Wednesday. Oh god. Excuse me. Show up. God, I'm glad this shit happened at the beginning of the day and not when I was like on floor 11 or 12 or something. Here I thought I was crazy though, because my controller was dying yesterday, I think, and I'm pretty sure I plugged it in, but I don't know if it was charging now. I cannot say for sure that the controller was actually plugged in. It's not something that can just come unplugged by itself, though. Ice and wood are your biggest struggles so far. Ice, absolutely. I have no idea about wood. That'll definitely be one of my struggles when I eventually get to a map that has wood on it. There's wood on floor 13. Oh yeah, that downhill section. I always forget about that. I don't know. I feel like it barely counts though. It's literally just a press forward. Like you're not really steering that much on it. Kind of feels like any other surface if you're not steering. I'll see it when I get there this run. I mean, I know exactly what he was talking about. Don't even need the cam 7. I know where the wood is. Wood is super reactive, barely steering to a 180, it feels like, and you steer so much later than a surface. I mean, that makes sense, since the steering is so reactive. If you steer too early, then it'll just crash into a wall or something. Infinite grip. So what happens if you have a no grip effect block and then you drive your car on wood? Lot of fun learning TM. Agreed. Very interesting game to learn. There's so much to know. No grip has priority. Oh, reactor also doesn't give you grip, I suppose? Like replaces the regular grip with a reactor? I don't know. I don't know how reactor works either. I've never played with that. Just be like icy wood. And I assume that's when you have wet, icy tires and you drive onto wood. Or does wood not de-ice your tires? Okay. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure most things de-ice your tires. How much knowledge there is wild, and how high the skill ceiling is. Yeah. No, it's crazy how much precision there is in all of, like, the normal tracks. Wow. Speaking of precise. Every time you watch a virtual video, you find out about a new trick. I think if I watched more nowadays, maybe I would too. It's kind of funny. I kind of stopped watching Trackmania content a lot more, like once I started playing it. Kind of thing where like I spend all day doing it, don't want to do any more after. Especially when he's doing videos about shortcuts and world records. I mean, that's most of them, right? How did I get into Deep Dip 2? It was virtual. I had been watching for years, so I was around, like... I was around when he was doing Deep Dip 1. But that map didn't look nearly as cool. I just remember... like, I originally saw the game from a Carl Jobs video about, like, the Riolu cheating scandal. And then I started watching more Trackmania stuff, getting it more recommended to me on YouTube. Virtual documentaries, and then virtual TV. And I always just thought, man, this game looks like a lot of fun to play when you can play it well. But I've never really been a racing game player, so I never had an excuse. And then I thought, well, Deep Dip's not really a race. I can play that one instead. And it's not. Doesn't matter how long it takes you to beat Deep Dip. If I beat it in 2 hours, there's no one that's gonna be like, well, you didn't do it as fast as Have did. Achievement invalid. But yeah, that's basically the gist of it. Just wanted to learn TM, but not play boring time trial maps, like campaigns and stuff. I mean, I'm sure there's campaign maps that are interesting, but it didn't feel that interesting to me. Deep Dip 2 is what got you into watching TM live and not just videos. Yeah, the Deep Dip 2 event was so cool. So many people were in it. And am I doing this for like 2 years now? Yep. Started about a month after Deep Dip 2 came out. But I believe it came out in like May of 2024. And I started in June of 2024. Which means that my club access is going to be expiring soon. Goody. Oh, Deep Dip 1, yes, is what got you into watching it live. I mean, oh god. Oh. Oh god. Well, that's saved. Say the interesting thing about campaign and other regular maps is just figuring out how to drive better in general. Yeah. I mean, obviously, like with regular campaign maps, there's improvement to be seen through like getting better medals and improving your times. But it's not as like concrete and visceral to me as I got to a new floor on Deep Dip 2. And a lot of the stuff on Deep Dip 2 is very different, so it forced me to like learn new stuff. Once I got to floor 1 for the first time, it wasn't just like I could use the stuff that I learned on floor 0 to beat it. I had to learn ice. So getting to floor 2 meant that I was like, yeah, I'm pretty comfortable with ice now. That's pretty cool. Happy Wednesday, Seppo. Been 2 years since Deep Dip 2. So would Deep Dip 3 come this year? Maybe, but I'm not sure about that. Depends how long it takes. Like, they still haven't released Bennett Foddy 2. But according to Cuber anyway, probably the production process of Deep Dip 3 will be quicker, hopefully, than Bennett Foddy 2. We'll see. If it is this year, it would be late this year or like maybe next year. Wild shortcuts people find on campaign maps is also pretty interesting. That is true, but not as like important for learning. Happy Wednesday, Coconut Fawn. Deep Dip 2 was November of 20... Wait, November? That's just incorrect. What? Well, great. Deep Dip 1, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, like... No? Oh, great. Alright, back up we go. Now, I know when Deep Dip 2 came out. I was here for it. Very actively. Had me hallucinating for a second there. Second guessing myself. Well, not really second guessing myself. No, not second guessing myself. I guess questioning if my reality is true. This whole thing has just been a dream. The Deep Dip 2 simulation. Alright, back up we go. Hey Annie, happy Wednesday. Do I have a plan on what to play after I finish? Yep, Deep Dip 1 is next. That is the current next map on the chopping block. Oh god. From what you've heard, it's not looking that good for Deep Dip 3 this year because there are some hot discussions about mapping and difficulty behind the scenes. I don't know if I'd heard that. I know for Bennett Foddy 2, there was like some specific ideas they were trying to hash out that like the people who were going to implement them haven't gotten around to it, but every time they think about scrapping them, people are like, no, we gotta do it. I know for Deep Dip 3 that there's like a generic like outline of like guidelines on how the map is going to be built. I think that's the process that we're in right now, though. Guessing it'll be way easier for me to finish after I've played Deep Dip 2 for 2 years. I can always hope. The estimation people have been giving me is that it'll take me like 1/10 of the time that it took me to beat Deep Dip 2. I wouldn't mind so much if it was only like a 20th of the time, though. 1/10 of the time might still end up being like 300 hours on Deep Dip 1. Which I wouldn't mind that much. New map and all. Your prediction is less than 100 hours. Happy Wednesday, Kib. Does your prediction change if I say I'm going to be trying to do it like relatively blind with minimal replay editor practice? I want to kind of try tackling that map like the people during the competition, since it's supposed to be easier. Major collision with EWC, and after the EWC there will be the khaki season. Won't be a lot of free calendar time to squeeze in Deep Dip 3 this year. Oh, I guess that's true. It is kind of an event. Did I see the route for Deep Dip 1? A little bit? By no means do I know, like, everywhere that you go. I think... What? Right now, the main thing that I know on Deep Dip 1 is, like, you jump into the pool, turn left, and then, like, drive up on the right or something. But it's gonna be kind of like, I've seen the map, but it's not exactly blind, but I don't know. The difference between being a passenger and being a driver feels very significant. There are some things that I know, like how everyone does that shortcut into there's like a little plastic bit, I think, on floor 0. They always jump directly over to that instead of going the intended way. And then, like, after that, I think there's a plastic ramp thing that you're supposed to drive slowly around, and everyone just jumps to the end of that. I've seen some shortcuts that I don't know if I'll be doing immediately. Might implement them later. Holy crap, that was close. Whew. Depends what you mean by minimal practice, but it would probably be a bit more than 100. Well, I guess by minimal practice, I mean, like, no practice. I would like to finish it without, like, doing replay editor or checkpoint maps, just by picking up the map and learning it. Whew. Zigging and zagging. We'll see, though. I've heard some stuff on floor 6 is kind of a pain. So maybe I'll end up practicing specific jumps on floor 6 instead of repeatedly climbing up to floor 6 and going over and over and over. On the other hand, like, if Deep Dip 2 is anything to go by, Deep Dip 1, I assume, will probably be, like, 10 minutes-ish to floor 6. So I could probably practice that by itself. Doubt it'd be that bad. Precise, but not that hard. Okay. Think I'll be fine on 6? Good. Yeah, we'll have to see, but I think that's the main thing. I've heard that saves, like, falls, are a lot less punishing on Deep Dip 1. So So my runs by themselves will probably be significantly longer. Happy Wednesday, Kindred. It's going well after a rocky start. My controller immediately died coming into the game. Don't know where I heard that from. But, I mean, not like deep slip levels of good recovery, but like compared to Deep Dip 2, where every fall is 4+ floors. From your experience, every fall was insta-floor gang. Well, shit. Guess I'm wrong, then. Now, everyone that talks to me about this, though, aside from you, I guess, has said that, it was a lot more likely on Deep Dip 1 to only fall, like, one floor. Since the floors are actually, like, on top of each other. Deep Dip 1's definitely a bit easier. People solved it in a few days when Deep Dip 2 took weeks. Yeah. Well, I hope it's not insta-floor gang for me every fall. We'll see, though. Like 8 minutes to 6. Okay. I do think I recall hearing that Deep Dip 1 had shorter floors, too. Overall, compared to Deep Dip 2. So that would also build into that. A lot easier to practice 6 by itself if it only takes me 8 minutes there. My plan after Deep Dip 2 is Deep Dip 1 and Bennett 48 my checkpoints. Yep. And Bennett 48 my checkpoints too if it's out already. But as of right now, the maps that are out that I'm planning on playing next are Deep Dip 1, Bennett 48 my checkpoints, and Shallow Dip. As a victory lap of sorts. Bonk. Alright, that's one way of doing it. Play regular maps after beating Deep Dip 2? After beating Shallow Dip? This is what we were just talking about. Once I beat Shallow Dip, that's when I will release myself and no longer be locking myself to a single map. After Shallow comes Wampus. I mean, that's absolutely one of the maps that I'm planning to play afterward. The Wampus maps look like a lot of fun. Definitely looking forward to playing some more normal maps. Floor gang's very inclusive. Everyone gets to take part. True. Currently trying to finish Wampus 9. Was that the latest one? I think if it is, I think I watched some people playing that. And I remember hearing it was oh, he's building 10. Okay, cool. That's sick. That one's on the easier side, right? I think that's what I was hearing anyway. Last Wampus. I mean, 10 is a really good number, to be fair. And it's not like Lent won't be building any other maps. Not that hard, still some checkpoints are cooked. Yeah, always gonna be some of them. I wish I knew which one I was watching Lent play. 1 and 6 are are the far easiest. Okay. I wonder if it was 1 that I watched him play then. I remember there was one where he did like a semicircle beam kind of thing. Fuck, that was close again. Hey, Bonky. Happy Wednesday. Any beginner-friendly ones? For Wampus? I mean, it sounds like 1 and 6 are the ones you want to try. Although, I will say, I think compared to Deep Dip, any of them are probably relatively beginner-friendly. At least they have checkpoints that you can be stuck on. Whew. After I beat Deep Dip 2, will it become beginner-friendly? No. God, no. I think I probably picked the most unbeginner-friendly map that there is to play as my first map. Although technically, a beginner did beat it after 2 years. Happy Wednesday was there. I have a lot of the maps by parts, so if you want to give it a go, you can try 25 checkpoints first. For Wampus. I guess that's true. Ooh, that was a lot of speed. No, that's the thing. That's the thing that, even with Deep Dip, I always say. Like, beginners can play it. Everyone's always so intimidated to even start. Because they're like, yeah, there's no chance that I finish that map. But I think it's just fun seeing how much you can personally do. Just trying to get up as high as possible, you know? Ooh, weird. Beginner-friendly maps like Wampus is definitely Archipelago. Okay. Cool. I assume that's another, like, longer, like, checkpoint trial-ish map, but on the easier side. Is Wampus a trial map? How is Wampus actually classified? Oh god. Reminds you of Wampus, but it's like really easy trial. Okay, cool. What good air control from me there, I will say. Not technically trial, but also not really RPG. Not even a trial, but also not completely just RPG. Oh, for Archipelago. Wampus is a trial. Okay, gotcha. Cool. I guess if you don't consider Deep Dip to be a trial map, which it's definitely not a traditional trial map, Wampus will probably be my first trial map that I play then. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, jeez. Are you fucking joking me? How in the world did my car drop like that? That is the stupidest shit that I've ever seen. Oh my god. Deep 2 is more trial than error. I think that last fall begs to differ. Oh man. No, there is no shot that fell like that. I drifted off, so my car should have like fully fallen off, and I got stuck on the wood somehow. Ugh. So unlucky. Well, Days PB is now last jump at 9. Nothing to say, but we go again. No, I will say though, I always joke about playing quote-unquote normal maps like Wampus. I am looking forward to having checkpoints. As much as I love this map, starting over from scratch at the smallest mistake can be a little unnerving at times. Oh, your car decided to lean forward and nearly turtle, and that caused you to fall onto a booster and failed the recovery? Nope. Start over. Oh, you barely overshot the jump you were going for, and now you're falling down the hole. Start over. Happy Wednesday, Jarek. I think I'm the most calm and chill guy you know. You lose your mind so many times, probably. I mean, I definitely have, but I like to try to keep a calm demeanor for sure. No, this map does definitely get me tilted on a relatively daily basis. I try to keep my tilt under wraps, though. You realize there's a version with checkpoints, right? Yeah, but if you win on that one, it doesn't really mean anything. Like, sure, you did the jumps, but the challenge of Deep Dip is beating it without the checkpoints. Happy Wednesday, Paulo Guyver. Will I ever consider trying out Deep Slip after I beat Deep Dip 1? Yeah, absolutely. If anyone ever asks the question, hey, would you ever consider trying X tower map? The answer is absolutely yes. I'm a tower map guy. So stuff like Deep Slip, Deep Slid that happened earlier, Deep Flip, not Deep, Chrono Tower. You betcha. Yeah, Deep Slid, the backwards tower. For sure. And ideally, I would like to try them before getting that much more backwards or ice experience, I think that would be even more fun for me. In a sadistic way. Let Deep Slip and Deep Slid be my ice and backwards tutorials. God damn it. That was so strange. Oh well. 5 minutes. I think the funny thing for me is that when I make a mistake like that on floor 3, I wasn't even that upset about it. I think that was kind of a new fail for me now that I think about it. Always happy to get new fails under my belt. But when I made that fall just now, the thing that upset me wasn't that fall. I ended up just getting ever so slightly more tilted at the floor 9 fall that preceded it. I think that's where my tilt comes in. I get very fixated on small dumb mistakes that I make. Alright. Let's just go ahead and take that dumb mistake. Remove it, throw it in a box, lock the box, and then throw away the key. Perfect. Starting fresh. Surely we get to like floor 11 first try today. On a higher floor, I would have probably been more careful to correct the mistake. No. That mistake had nothing to do with my care. I did it exactly the way I intended to do it. It's just that wood got in the way. In a way I didn't predict. I've done that exact save countless times before. And usually it doesn't drag on the wood. Usually you drift over. You drift over and your car is like essentially pointed directly out by the time you get off of the booster. And then you just air brake and drop down. If anything, I'm more just upset that it didn't work the way that I expected it. Oh god. Did I ever do any form of content creation before Deep Dip 2? A couple years before Deep Dip 2, I was still on Twitch. Not doing Trackmania though, because this is my first Trackmania app. I was just a variety streamer before though. I had played like Persona 5 on Twitch. I'd played, I think I played The Last of Us and Undertale and God of War. Just whatever I happened to feel like playing that day. Question, air brakes is simply braking mid-air, right? Yep. That's all there is to it. You click brake, your forward, backward momentum usually stops asterisk. If you're immediately exiting a pool, the air brake no longer works. Like, when I'm coming out of here, if I try to do air brake, my car didn't stop rotating. Unless you're going out of a pool backwards. And if you're going out of a pool backwards, the air brake is the gas button, because that's your brake button for when you're going in reverse. And for some reason, going out of a pool backwards does allow you to air brake. Also, if you're going out of a pool and you're not holding gas when you exit the pool, then you can air brake pretty much immediately. There's a lot of weird nonsense that goes along with it. Also, there's like a secondary kind of way that you can air brake-ish. If you're going like, if your car's flipping backwards, if you wiggle your tires back and forth, that kind of slows your rotation as well. You would happily watch me play something else if I need a break or a day off grind. Yeah, I don't know if it's really in the cards right now. Honestly, it's just gonna be beating my deep dip maps. And then I'll be able to play more variety of Trackmania maps. I think that's gonna be the main thing that lets me break up the monotony afterward. I know a lot of people probably would watch me play whatever now. But there's definitely going to be that subset of people who are here for the deep dip, who probably won't even want to watch me play like other Trackmania maps. Maybe they'll stick around for stuff like Wampus and other trial maps, but... Hey, Tufkey. Happy Wednesday. Good news, you got here just in time for the PB. This run's going straight to the top. Nope. We don't go straight on that. This is a stop and back up jump. Hey, Tula. Happy Wednesday. Always say you came for the deep dip, stayed for the fun chats that we have about anything and everything. So true. No, I think that's generally the case, though. People are here for the fun chats and chill vibes. And for the deep dips. I do feel like, though, if I started playing something else, like started playing a random JRPG or something, probably wouldn't go over too well. I don't think anyone would probably complain, but algorithms don't like that kind of thing. Witnessing TM history in the making. Exactly. How could you forget about the chill vibes? Of course. It's because they're in the background. You never think about them. Ooh, God. Same for you, but much easier in a small community like here. Same for you, you're here for the chatting and the chill vibes. It's going to be fun seeing me discover the rest of the game. I agree. I'm particularly excited for the day after I beat Shallow Dip. Since the day after I beat Shallow Dip, I'll be playing Cup of the Day. We can see how god-awful I am at racing. That's gonna be great. Don't spoil that there's other maps. Yeah, I know, right? I thought this was just a Deep Dip 2 game. I was always confused about why it was called Deep Dip 2 and not like Deep Dip. Probably there was another game before it. Also, for some reason, my Twitch category always says Trackmania. Don't know what that game is. Nice. Whew. Prediction on my division for the first cup of the day? I don't know, like 15? Div 1 Shirley, yeah, Shirley. Been so long that you've seen other maps for Trackmania. For you, Trackmania equals Deep Dip 2. I mean, that's definitely how it is for me. I think I will probably be... If I had to guess, like in the 50 to 75%. I don't think I'll be in the like dead bottom, but I also don't think I'll necessarily be like top 50% for a cup of the day. So I guess it kind of depends how many people there are for what division. But the qualifications are going to be the worst part for me, I'm sure. I think for me, if I'm able to not get knocked out in the very first knockout round during the groups, or whatever it is, the knockout stage, then I'll be happy. I think it would really depend on the map. Oh yeah, for sure. See me get like Div 9 or 10. Whack! Or even higher on some kinds of map, for example, ice maps. Like, I would struggle on others, like, say, maps with big wood parts, or everything else that I'm not used to. Yeah, I mean, it would be it's gonna be interesting regardless, because whatever I'm playing is gonna be something I'm not used to. In all likelihood, it's probably gonna have something... I assume there's probably going to be some drifting involved. Usually you want to drift around like a turn, around a corner. So I will be learning drifting live on Cup of the Day. More than likely. Troll Cup of the day, though. I mean, Troll Cup of the day, who knows? I could get Div 1. Just gotta get really lucky with the pachinko machine. Biximus Maximus, happy Wednesday. I think Deep Dip 2 is such a knowledge check that even if it will take some time to learn how to do it in a race, probably understand the mechanics of the game better than most people. Or better than a lot of people. I do think I have a good understanding of like car control. But again, I've never had to drift before. And I don't think that's gonna change throughout all of the Deep Dip maps that I play before I do my first cup of the day. Still don't know how to properly drift. Drifting is an enigma, surely. But yeah, I do think if it's like an ice map, there's a good chance that I'm relatively good compared to most of the people that would play an ice map. I could see getting a higher division on that. But I haven't also dealt with like specific gears on ice. Most of my ice driving is gear 2. So if there's anything else, I would probably be a little bit stumped. Not stumped. I would learn it, but it wouldn't come like naturally. Found me on a raid, like, in the 40s. Saying I'm still at this. But amazing devotion. Good luck. Alright. Happy Wednesday, Lady Lag. Thank you for the nice message. I assume you mean 40s as in, like, day 40, right? That's crazy, yeah. That has been a long time. Holy. What? I don't know if you would remember. Any idea what my PB was on day 40? Not even a little. Fair enough. We could check, to be fair. Because it's all on YouTube, but got a notification for the follow and think he's still at it. Good for him. Yeah. Do my best. Trying to stay 5 days a week for sure. We are so close now, though. It's wild. Like, if you look at that PB marker now, first jump of 16 is where we're at. One more floor to go, and we are done. Free from this godforsaken prison that I have sealed myself in. Raffle Path. Happy Wednesday. Always wanted to know, does day 479 mean it's the 479th day that I'm actually playing, or did I start 479 days ago? It's the 479th day that I'm playing. I only increment when I play, so the number doesn't go up during Saturdays and Sundays. I started a little over 2 years, no, a little under 2 years ago, in June of 2024. PB was the top of floor 4. Okay. I probably failed the dirt wall ride then. Or Tony. Because, if you're just looking at the height number, Tony basically puts your height at the top of floor 4. even if you fail it. Am I planning on celebrating my 2-year anniversary, maybe with a new PB? That would be nice, yeah. So far, my only plans for my 2-year anniversary are repaying for my club membership for the second time without having beaten a map. But hey, maybe we can change that. Maybe by the time I pay for my club membership again, I will have beaten a map. Any run could be the one. And I'm playing like 1 1/3 years in actual playing days, super consistent. Yeah, I've been playing approximately 5 days a week. At the beginning, like during the first year, I think I was playing 6 days a week most weeks. Cross your fingers, hope you can see it live. Me too. Special celebration stream would be fun. That could be fun, yeah. Just wondering, how do I have 8 hours on day 40 and 7 more hours on day 40.5? Is day 40... I guess I streamed 15 hours that day. I don't think that was the subathon. Huh. Very interesting. Yeah. If YouTube calls it day 40 and day 40.5 and they were 8 hours and 7 hours, then yeah, I streamed for 15 hours. 40.5 is 1 checkpoint per floor. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta stream 15 hours in a day. It's not the longest I've streamed. One time I streamed, I think it was 32 hours of Deep Dip straight. Yeah, I started on Friday night and then said, alright guys, I can stream at most until... Wait, no, I think I started Saturday. I started Saturday, that's what it was. I started Saturday, and then I said I can at most play until Sunday dinner. So it would have been, I think 10 o'clock on a Saturday until like 6 p.m. on Sunday. That was a fun day. Don't think you've ever stayed up that long. I got a PB. That was the crazy thing about it. And it wasn't even like an early PB, it was like at the end of the stream. That was the first time I'd ever made it to floor 8 of the tower. No, that was a wild stream. Made it to floor 8 for the first time, and at the time, I think I had an entire screen full of obnoxious, like, view-breaking plugins. What a day. Yeah, because during the subathon, I think reaching a certain sub goal, I enabled a thing where if you gift a sub, you can add a plugin that you request. That was crazy. How would people like it if that was a regular thing? Not like every day? But I don't know, maybe like a Friday thing. Thoughts? There we go. Found it. Climathon, yes. What day was the Climathon? Was it day 100? I know it was in celebration of some number. Started on 108. Okay. Yeah, I think it was in celebration of hitting 100 days. I just did it after the 100 days. Interesting. Probably because 100 didn't land on a Saturday. Although that's like a week after. Ended on 110. Right, because I let people convince me that I shouldn't have 32 hours of day 108. I still regret that a little bit. I personally think that 32-hour subathon should have all been considered one day. Because in reality, my day counter is really a session counter. Oh god. Yep, 32 hours. Still so crazy being able to do that much deep dip in one session. Happy Wednesday, Seagull. Blech. Breaking pipes. Crazy Final Fantasy speedrunner who every couple months does a special stream where he runs Final Fantasy 1 to 16 back to back, takes him over 220 hours. What? What do you mean back to back? Are you saying that, like, stream doesn't end until he's done with Final Fantasy 16? Or, like, "100% on you, you're bad"? No. Definitely on me. Oh god. That was sketchy though. I had a plugin that added a bouncing DVD logo on screen. Technically, that's still an option. I think it costs like 200,000 channel points or something, though. I made that a regular fixture for a while before getting very, very tired of it. Had to reset stream every 48 hours, but yeah, he does take short power naps once he hits day 3. That's smart. But that's crazy. Like, holy. Yeah, because that's like, what is that, 10 days? 9 days? 9 days. 10 days would obviously be 240 days, or 240 hours. Over 9 days, though. That's crazy. I hope no more Final Fantasy games ever come out for that speedrunner's sake. Like, goddamn. Nice. Okay. Floor 11 feels good. And AC is off. Fuck. Okay. Well, thank you for waiting until that fall happened. That's annoying. Can I get around this without going on the edge? I don't think so. I'm gonna make it wide then. Happy Wednesday. Shouldn't have turned the AC off. No, I want to be able to hear my car. Man. Been having some bad luck with 11, like, the last couple days. I really should have bailed on that jump, though. Like, when I landed that far sideways, why in my right mind would I think that I had enough speed for it? I definitely didn't. Like, I had to release in order to even land on the platform in the first place. That was 100% supposed to be a bail to the Ice 360. Oh well, mistakes happen. Got to 11 though. Been getting to 11 more and more. We're getting back in the groove of things. All that really matters. Oh god. Good save. Freaking quack, though. I hate trying to slowly back down that. I knew how to save it. I was never worried. Like, as soon as I landed and had the wobble for the turtle, I knew we were good. Gross. Whack. There we go. Whack. Alright, I'm gonna take a piss. Alright, we back. Nice. I think my best run since I've been back to the main map after the 16 practice was that, like, third jump of 11. I just failed the first jump, so after you drive up the little quarter pipe thingy, the jump directly up into the outside is where I failed last time. Not last time. The first time I made it to 11. Been to 11 3 times total since I've been back. Although I don't think it's been that long. Probably been like, what, 20 hours or something since my PB? Cool, back to 8. Feels good. Very, very long-a-thon. I've never heard of that one. Kinda sounds like fun, though. I used to watch GDQ all the time, though. Mostly just cherry-picking whichever games that I was actually interested in, though. Feels like it's been a while, though, since I watched a GDQ. I have to imagine most of the long games are like RPG games, right? Most events shorter runs, so the very, very long-a-thon was specifically... Yeah. Makes sense. What is your favorite very, very long speedrun game? I think for me, the answer would probably fairly easily be Persona 5. Because that game surely is going in the very, very long runs category. I remember it having some pretty cool, like, heck on avoiding encounters. I think Final Fantasy X Nemesis runs. What is a Nemesis run? The only thing I can think of when I think of a Nemesis run is, Resident Evil. Monster Arena boss? Was that your first message today, Salamandra? If so, happy Wednesday. Good night, Dufky. It was. Okay, cool. That's what I thought. Imagine a Deep Dip 2 speedrun from someone who's never played TM. You don't have to imagine. You're here now. There's a green timer and everything. Oh god, I don't have any splits though. Boink. Fake speedrun. My bad. Hardest boss in the original release of Final Fantasy X. Okay. So that's what it is. The speedrun is to beat that, which probably is harder than actually beating the main game, I would assume. Although maybe less requirements. Or more requirements. There's requirements to actually reach in the... special boss in the arena called Nemesis. To get him, you need to catch 10 of every monster in the whole game. Special bosses. And we're talking about Final Fantasy, not Pokemon. Final boss of the game is much easier than Nemesis. Makes sense. People actually, like, want you to beat the final boss of the game. Shit. Okay. Whew. Happy Wednesday, JSP. I will take that drink after I finish. Beautiful. Cheers. Now, I do feel like a lot of those JRPGs, though, have secret, like, ultra boss kind of things. It's like, oh yeah, this is here specifically for you maxed out players who have, like, 100% of the game. Full. Back to 10 again this run. FF7 has Emerald and Ruby weapon. FF8 has a weapon. Yeah, for Persona 5, I think it would probably be like the wardens in the Velvet Room, which I think is only even available in like New Game Plus, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I don't even think you're able to fight that in the main game. Yeah, super boss, that's what I was thinking. Ultra boss. Oh, man. Final boss in the normal game has 180,000 health in 2 phases. Nemesis has 10 million. Big number, go big. I assume it also has significantly more complicated mechanics. Nice. Fucking 60. Fuck you, plastic, you goddamn piece of shit. Ah. Such garbage. Who made that surface? They need to be arrested. Somebody give me the email address of the person who made plastic. Because I need to send some strongly worded letters. Back in your day of 2020 and 2021, plastic didn't exist. If only. They took a game that didn't have plastic and added plastic. What a madman. Ugh. No more plastic in Deep Div 3, better for the environment. Exactly. That too. Let's be eco-friendly, guys. Imagine how much plastic it took to make this map. Full wood, there we go. Probably would be ass, but I would take it. No, it sucks failing the 360 in general, but having it fly out of the map like that... 90% mudslides. Oh, yeah. Let's just make a map where it's just uber bugging everywhere. 30 seconds for the climb cooldown. Recycled plastic, reuse floor 7. No joking about that, totally. Oh god, that would be so bad. No, 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 no. Fuck you, fish. Reduce is supposed to be the biggest part. So true. Mappers discover injection molding, and the next tower is just floor 7 over and over. That being said... Oh god, fuck! Oh, the tilt. The tilt's getting to me. Usually the bad part of floor 7 isn't plastic. Like, it definitely doesn't make it better. But I'm very rarely failing floor 7 because, like, I got an unexpected bounce. It's because of blind turns that you're expected to just get. Literally just throwing your car into a roof slide and praying. The recovery for that, yeah, fuck that. Plastic, awful. The one thing plastic is supposed to do, which is bounce your car back onto the tires, it just fails constantly. Oh, so bad. I don't even know if I've played 10. What are the, like, first characters introduced in 10? Tidus and Waka. Oh, 10 is the one with the sports thing. Like something ball. I don't remember. It's like an underwater soccer game though. Blitzball. Yeah, there we go. Is that also the one with the obnoxious laughter? Like the very poorly acted, like ha 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 ha. Because I'm pretty sure that's the only two things that I know about that game. It's supposed to be forced laughter. I mean, even if it's forced laughter, like in the context of it being forced laughter, I still feel like it's bad. I mean, it makes it slightly better, but I am thinking of the right game, though. Beat the game without leveling, so you need to come up with all kinds of rats to be bosses on them. That's kind of cool. That's kind of what I assumed. I didn't know what sphere grid was, but I assumed it was the like class customization system. I think if you saw the whole scene, it's actually fine. People only see the few seconds. But I'm thinking of the right game. Okay. I wonder how it is in Japanese. I feel like I very rarely play games nowadays that have voice acting and choose to play in English. That being said, if and when I do decide to play another Final Fantasy game, I'm going back and I'm beating Final Fantasy VI. That has been on my to-do list since I was like 5 years old. Sphere grade is where your characters get spells. Okay. Right now there's a race to world first for Kefka in Final Fantasy IV. Kefka's in 14. Speaking of 6, yeah. I didn't know there was an interconnected story in these games. He's the new ultimate. Okay. Oh, there isn't. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say. Now, funny enough, the only Final Fantasy games that I've beaten are, I think, 1, 2, and 12? Such huge nostalgia for the whole Final Fantasy series. I have a lot of Final Fantasy VI nostalgia. That was the only one that I actually... But my nostalgia for it is basically playing the first, like, 20 minutes of it over and over. Because I was a dumb kid who didn't read and could never figure out where to go next. I think the farthest that I ever got to was that castle in the desert at the very beginning of the game. It is kind of funny, though, that I can never remember the number for the last Final Fantasy game that I beat. Actually, technically, it's the first Final Fantasy game I beat. But I beat Final Fantasy 1 and 2 borrowing somebody's PSP during Japanese class in high school. Because they had, like, a Final Fantasy 1 and 2... like collector's edition thingy on that. But before that, I had borrowed, I think it was 12. From my karate instructor. I don't really remember. I think one of the characters... Yeah, 12 was Ash and Vaughn. Yep, that's the one. Thank you. The only character that I remember, like, remember their name consistently is Ash. I always am like, yeah, it's the one with Ash. Hey, Greek dude. Happy Wednesday. Reliving your childhood games and seeing them absolutely demolished while you ride a nostalgia wave is a huge part of why you watch speedrun marathons. I think that's everybody's, like, big reason, right? I guess there's some people who just like the idea of speedrunning in general. It has a good community behind it. Most Final Fantasy you've ever done, watch Rosenthia play it here. Thought you said something earlier? You probably did, and I'm probably mistaken. Ashelia Benargan Dalmasca to me. God, that's a name. Had me on Gym TV, so forgot to say something, I guess? Alright. I'm gonna see which one of us is correct. I was right! Let's go! Cool. I wasn't going crazy. Today's been interesting. I feel like I've been getting relatively good climbs. Like 2 10s, had an 11. Had Have on first, and then put me on when you got the notification. Fair enough. How is Have doing, by the way? Haven't spoke to him in a while. I think the other day I saw he had passed like 100 days of double dip. Also has some crazy speed run, crazy long speed run. Order of Ambrosia, only 2 people ever managed to sub 20. Dang, that's crazy. Wild that sub 24 hours is the like benchmark great time. That is a long-ass game. Lost to 15 like 20 minutes ago or so. Damn. That's crazy. Yeah, it seems like it. Seems like he's been getting a lot of good runs. Depending on how this run goes, I might end early. I feel like he's usually live once I'm done. Not entirely sure though. It'd be good if he was live 20 minutes ago. He's probably still live, but it would be good to raid him and have a conversation before having to leave. Like the endurance aspect of such long runs. Yeah, it means that you don't have to be like as technically precise, and it's more of a knowledge check, which is really cool. Not just this long game, you have to get max rank in a game clan, and that involves a lot of stuff. I felt like it was a long game too, though, right? Not crazy. Wasn't it like 2 discs? Oh, it's been live for about 5 hours. Oh yeah, then maybe by the time I'm done, he'll also be done. We'll see. Or we just finish, and then it'll take me a long time and I won't have time to talk. It was just 1 PS2 disc? Okay. Whack. I thought I remembered it being 2. Interesting. Could always check where he's at when it's time. Yeah, I guess. Does he turn notifications off when he gets up there? I don't think he does. I'm pretty sure I've accidentally raided when he's like really high up during like Deep Dip 2 speedrun kind of thing. Went all out. National Egg Day. That's a fun one. Very simple. Happy Wednesday, Larry. Notifications are disabled when you reach Deep Dip 2 days. Okay, cool. Good to know. Because I would like to be able to raid him and not feel bad about it. But I know how it is. And be a little on the distracting side if you get a raid when you're high up. FF9 might have the weirdest category of all Final Fantasy. Beat the any % speedrun on the DDR controller. That's an actual category. I mean, I guess if enough people do it, why not? Out of curiosity, how many people are on that leaderboard? Not even on speedrun.com. Oh. One guy did it for a special event. Got competitive. Wait, where is the competition for it then? If it's not on speedrun.com. Still 8, but haven't checked in a while. Fair enough. So for it to count, do you need a foot cam? Man, it would be so cool though having like input display on your screen, but having the input display be like delayed ever so slightly, so that it was the scrolling DDR thing, and it was just showing like perfect every time that you would hit a note. Odds were against it, so they created their own. Oh, okay. Aim. Man. Doing that a lot lately. I think I did that yesterday, right? I mean, it works. Nice. Oh God. Pleb. Shit. Totally intended. This has been one of the 8s of all time. Let's see, still do the leaderboard? For, you're talking about mods? Yeah. Okay, I have no idea. Got a Sears ring. And the Supreme Pet. Damn. That's crazy. Congrats. Oh man, DK pets are so weird. Took that long to get a PVM pet. What KC was your Supreme KC? 120-ish. Nice. Nice, good enough. Kind of hilarious what meme runs they come. how competitive. One year where you had competed on who could get banned on club paying fasting. I think I remember that. Or Club Penguin mods. Yeah. That is kind of an unfortunate, unless there's an auto flagging system. Getting themselves auto modded. I would hope so. I would hope it wouldn't be like a manual thing that someone had to like put work in their day to do. Highly doubt the Club Penguin team would be a particularly large team. Be a profanity filter. I mean, if that is all it takes, it seems like it would probably be a pretty quick speed run. Just see how quickly you can log into a new account and like type curse words in a chat. Measured in seconds. Okay. Okay, that's fair then. That's not bad. Nice, back to 10 already. Goddamn. Kinda cooking today. Yeah, that is true. It would be... Well, I say it would be, extra work, but I'm pretty sure they probably would be aware. Surely somebody would reach in. Hey, Ninja! Been a while. Happy Thursday. Not Thursday, Wednesday. I'm not European. Welcome back. Yeah, it's been a little while since the timer was at 300. God, what was my PB like back then? 8 or 9, maybe? Almost done. Way before then? Would it have been? You joined around hour 400 and I hadn't quacked yet. God damn, was I on like floor 5 then? I guess that makes sense. I think last time you were here, I was on floor 9. How times have changed. 16. One more floor to go now. 8 equals 11! And we made the first jump. Little far left, but we take those. Let's go! Best run since I've been back. Alright, good luck, good luck. Have I watched JoJo's? I'm up to, what is it, part 6? Jolene? Stone Ocean. Weird. Good shit. Nice. Let's go, daily 12. We take those. Happy Wednesday, Sue Benzo. I mean, I knew you'd been here a while, for sure. That's crazy. Oh. You've been here for a while, too. True. Happy Wednesday. Used to have been. I mean, you've been here for a while. Just took a little break. No biggie. I know there were people that were like on the server that I recognized from like day 4. I think Body was there at the very beginning. There we go. 3rd time's the charm. Okay, that's bad. I'm just glad that it got to a point where I could bail. That's nice. Nope. Yeah, 12 is very repeatable if you fail it the right way. Hey boy, happy Wednesday. Oh god, I should have bailed that one. That was a mistake. All right, daily 13. Let's go. Oh god. Shit, that was close. Particle accelerator. Nice. Ooh, alarm clock went off. Kinda spooked me. No! Shit! Oh. Okay. I mean, I know that's the way to go. Fuck, I don't know how to do that jump. Oh. Yeah, it's alive. God damn it. No, 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 no. Fuck. Okay. Fuck this. I'm leaving. God damn it. Oh well. Good run. Happy Wednesday, Scoblet. Man. That's such a fucking dumb way to fail that skip. I bounced off the wall. Oh. Alright. Be back tomorrow with more Deep Dip. Peace out, everybody. Alright, bye.